Yo, so what's going on guys, it's your boy LaazrGaming. Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So as I promised to you guys earlier today, I had a feeling Rockstar Games were going to drop the brand new DLC trailer, and little behold, when I was recording that video, Rockstar ended up actually dropping the trailer. So as I mentioned in my video earlier today, I'm going to run through the trailer, break it down as best as I can, show you guys all of the new vehicles and some of the new features, as well as some little hidden Easter eggs that I believe Rockstar put into this trailer. So if you guys are hyped for this new DLC just like me, do be sure to drop a like down below. Feel free to subscribe if you are new around here, as I do post daily GTA 5 video. Without further ado, let's get into the breakdown. Okay, so if you guys do want to check out the full trailer for this new DLC, I will leave a link down low in the description over on Rockstar's channel where you can watch the full trailer. So do feel free to go and check that out after this breakdown, and maybe if you guys do clock onto something that I missed out in this video, do be sure to leave a comment down below or get at me on Twitter, and I might do somewhat of an updated version to this. However, I have watched this trailer over and over a few times now, slowed it down as best as I can, and I've got to say there is a few things that you might miss out on when you watch this at normal speed for the first time. So kicking things straight off, obviously Rockstar like to get you hyped with a little message: reach the top, build an empire, become a corporate leader, become a CEO, which just spells out to me that we are going to have the potential to earn a shit ton of dough with this new DLC. So to kick things off, the first piece of gameplay that we get in this trailer is of some sort of escort mission, it looks like, with what looks like a new 4x4 that could be coming out. So I did think it looked very similar to the Gallivant Baller, but there is a few features that are different, because I haven't fully played around with the Gallivant Baller. I wasn't 100% sure if this was a new car, but it does look like it, because the backlights do look very different, and we do get a few different shots later on in the trailer that kind of justifies this is definitely a brand new 4x4 that will be coming out on Tuesday. So the way Rockstar positioned the cars covering this mule truck, I think you'll have to drive the mule truck, one of you, similar to how Hostile Takeover works and the VIP work, and you'll have to escort it to what looks like, in my opinion, the warehouse right next to the train tracks. Now I actually know this straight away because I've actually war breached inside of this warehouse about 8 months ago and funnily enough, you guys that have been watching my channel for a while, you know I like to explore random and secret places within GTA 5, including a few wall breaches, and every time I've glitched inside of a warehouse, I've always said to you guys that this does look like it could come out in a future DLC, because the whole layout of the building, they wouldn't have made it so you can actually interact with it as far as see the windows and all the doors and that, because it would take too long to do that to every single building in GTA 5. However, it turns out I was right, a load of these warehouses will be coming out, and as you guys can see, it shows us a few images of the items that we're actually going to be selling and getting off, which just ranges from a bunch of stuff, including weapons, as you guys can see here, human organs, which is fucking crazy. If you guys remember the Heist Humane Labs and all that, there was some dodgy shit maybe linking into those characters. However, we also have, like you can see, weapons, so it might work on like a value system. Different items can earn you different amounts of money. Now the reason why I do say that is because, as you guys can see here, they do give us a quick image of a whole overview of one of these warehouses, and they do not look small. These things look like they could be bringing you in millions if done correctly. So as you guys know me, I am Mr. Money Man on GTA 5. I will be sure to have a shit ton of guides showing you guys how to grind out by far the best methods with this new VIP work. However, in the next shot, we do get an image of another car coming out with this DLC, and it looks like the new shape Windsor Cabrio. As you guys can see, it's obviously based off the new Rolls Royce 2016, has that nice little headplate at the front, and as you guys can see by the roof, it is a soft top car, so hopefully when we go to customize this car, I'll be able to make it a convertible, because I do own a Phantom which looks very similar to this car in the game. I believe it's called a Super Diamond, and in real life those cars are really expensive, but in GTA 5 terms they're usually very cheap, so they're good to like customize and play around if you guys are kind of strapped on cash. However, in this shot we also get a better image of the new SUVs that will be coming out, and we can clearly see that it's not a Gallivant Baller, which it did look like in the previous image. We do get a much clearer view here, and in my personal opinion, I'm almost 100% sure this is just an armored Benefactor Serrano, which is already in the game. If you guys aren't familiar, here's an image of that car right now. So it does look pretty cool and much more better as an armored version. We do get a better view of it right here, as you can see. So I might actually invest in this, as I don't own that many 4x4s, and this might be pretty handy for the new VIP work that's coming. As you guys can see, a new message: disrupt rival VIP chains. So this is probably going to be similar to currently, if you guys are doing some sort of new VIP work in the free RAM session, other VIPs will be alarmed about it. So usually when you're doing VIP work, you can get like public people that ain't in another organization interrupting your VIP work. I'm taking it by this message: only certain VIP organizations will be able to interrupt with other certain VIP organizations, which in my personal opinion is much better, because you do get a lot of solo warriors out there rolling around in jets just fucking up operations left, right and center. However, shortly after, we get an image here: acquire extravagant new vehicles, and as you guys can see, we get another image here of the new car, the Windsor Cabrio, as well as an image of a brand new aeroplane. And as you guys can see, it looks like somewhat of a bigger private jet, And going off previous DLC prices, aircrafts and airplanes are very expensive usually on GTA 5. However, as usual, if you guys aren't sure about what to buy on the day, I will be covering every single item included on this DLC on the release date, so do be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. However, moving straight into the juicy stuff and the stuff that I know most of you guys are going to be excited for in this new DLC, and this is some more of the new cars, more specifically the supercars and the sports cars. And it looks like we are going to be receiving 3 brand new sports cars, so it is a pretty big DLC, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Kicking things off straight away, the car that you can see on screen right now, the Bugatti Reaper, which you guys should be able to tell straight away is modeled off the Lamborghini, and of course is the car that Rockstar used in their promotional image just last week. So this car has got a lot of people hyped, and you can see why. It does look like an absolute beast. So we also get another image of another supercar that you guys can see on screen, and this one in my opinion just looks equally as nice as the Lambo. It definitely has that feel of like a mad concept car, something you could see like Mercedes coming out with and just never releasing. However, we do know one thing: if you pay close attention, you can see the logo of the car manufacturer on the right headlight. So this is made by Vapid, who do make a lot of my favorite cars in the game, so I'm definitely looking forward to testing this beast out. And like I said previously, if you guys do want to see gameplay of all of the new items from this DLC first. And finally, the third supercar we are going to be receiving with this DLC looks to be modeled off a Maserati in my personal opinion. We do know it's made by Grotti. They do have that very infamous logo right in the middle that you can see. However, this image does also show the other 2 supercars lined up against it, so this is probably confirming that we'll be receiving 3 supercars, as well as the ability to purchase some new property. As you guys can see on screen right now, we'll be able to own offices inside of the Maze Bank Arena. If you guys aren't familiar, this is a very infamous skyscraper in GTA 5. Tried to wall breach in here a bunch of times, had success, but no interior was able to be seen. Unlike now, as we can clearly see, this looks like somewhat of a planning room where you guys will be able to map out some of the operations and VIP work that you can take place in. Now, we will also have the ability to hire an executive assistant, so like a personal assistant. I'm assuming this person will be an NPC, kind of similar to maybe like Lester or Lamar, so they'll offer you some different options if you call them, just to make your life easier in GTA 5. Maybe go and pick up your car when it gets impounded, so you ain't got to take that big long drive. Now, in this image, we also get a good view of what one of the offices might look like, so it does look pretty spacious. Like I said, it's probably going to offer a lot of similar options that an apartment would offer, like telescopes, a little drinking area, just a little place that you can chill out with your organization. Now, if you guys pay attention to the wall just behind your personal assistant, you'll see it says Finance and Felony, which is actually the name of the DLC. So just like the Executives and Other Criminals DLC, where we could customize the name of our yachts, that was a very popular idea amongst Rockstar. Everyone loved naming their own yachts. Gave it that little extra touch that just made it ours. So I'm assuming this will be very similar, the same to that. You'll be able to name your office whatever you like, something that you can't do in your apartment. Imagine how sick GTA 5 would be if you could like spray paint some of the walls or change all the colors, fully customize it. I mean, you'd get a load of people just walking around doing house tours, just like you do garage tours. However, we also do get a better shot of one of the planning rooms, and as you guys can see, there is a bunch of different red dots marked up all over the map, probably indicating different warehouses that you can go and rob with your organization. Like you guys saw earlier on in one of the warehouses that I believe you will own, there is a whole bunch of different like products, from organs, TVs, music equipment. So obviously it makes sense for them to be located at different areas, and each warehouse will probably have a different difficulty level depending on the cargo that they're holding. In my personal opinion, that would make the game much better, because I do think Rockstar need to implement more for the more hardcore players that could offer bigger payouts. So hopefully this will be that. Now, we do get another image of a different room, what looks like to be somewhat of a lounge or a little chill area for the crew. And as you guys can see, he's got the bottle of bubbly, stacks on stacks just sitting on the side of his table, as well as a safe in the background. Now, this is quite clearly the VIP of this current organization in the trailer, so I'm assuming some of the VIP work may require the VIP to stay in the offices and kind of direct his bodyguards around the map while operating it from the computer, which would make things a lot more interesting, because communication would be a lot more vital. And as you can see by this image, we have the VIP on the computer probably marking up different operations for the bodyguards to do. You got one alcoholic here on the right taking a few shots, and a guy on the left, as you can see, looking through the telescope. So all the familiar features from an apartment should be available in these offices. If you guys don't currently own an apartment for some reason in GTA 5, you might be better off waiting out for this DLC and just buying an office and see it as like an investment, because you most likely will be able to make your money back. Now, in the next screenshot, we get an image of the brand new helicopter. So not only are we getting a new airplane, we're getting a new helicopter. I know this looks very similar to the Swift heli. However, me and my friend looked at this in detail, compared it to other helis, and this is definitely 100% 100% a new heli. So far this DLC is looking pretty big and pretty pricey. Now by the next screenshot, most of you GTA veterans should notice this straight away. This is the big tugboat from GTA 4. Me and my friend clocked onto it as soon as I saw it. I remembered it, all the memories I used to have on GTA 4 in this thing right here. It used to be so slow, but the potential for jokes online used to be massive, as only one person used to be able to only drive it. So if anyone else was on the boat, they'd have to move around or else they'd slide and fall off the thing. And considering Rockstar put the tagline plus new VIP challenges and jobs, I'm assuming it might be a VIP challenge or job to hold off this little tugboat or deliver it to a certain point, because I do remember this thing being quite resilient, so it might take a few bullets before you actually stop the thing. And if you actually pause the video at this point, you can actually see what looks like two bodyguards kind of guiding it, one on the upper deck and one right at the front. So I'm assuming this will probably just be part of the VIP work and not an actual boat we can purchase, as much as I would love to. However, in this next image we get a clear view of yet another vehicle that should be coming out with this DLC, and this is another armored version of a current existing car within GTA 5. Even though it's very hard to tell it, it does look like the Bravado Rumpo. Now I'm going to show you guys an image of it quickly. We do get another image of this car later on in the trailer, which I will pull up again, and just like the minivan, it looks like you'll be able to slide the door open and fully get your character hanging out the car, maybe to use more heavier weapons to fully protect the cargo. Now after that we do get a quick glimpse of what looks like some sort of little desk or a mini armory within the office, and as you guys can see, it shows a few guns and what looks like explosives. So I'm thinking if you guys have got people in your organization that don't have certain guns, or if there's new weapons coming out, you'll be able to let your organization top up on ammo or just maybe use guns that they don't own. Now this image caught my eye. Rockstar show you someone assassinating someone with a sniper. This is nothing new using snipers or these NPCs. What I'm thinking by this is that you'll have certain objectives to take out certain characters in a particular way. So what this will do is keep the VIP work fresh and forever changing, so people don't just root and just repeat the same thing over and over again. Now here we get an image of a VIP opening what looks like a safe in his office, stacked with tons of cash, which just reeks of potential to me. So this means possibly we could have other organizations come in to try and rob some of your earnings or your saved cash, which I think would be absolutely sick. So you get like a little message or a little call from your personal assistant saying there's another organization downstairs and they're here to rob you. You've got a certain amount of time to rush back to your office. It just has a load of potential on my mind. However, moving into the final image that I'm going to be breaking down from this trailer, as you guys can see on screen right now, we have a armored truck coming out. Hopefully we'll be able to actually buy this thing, because if you pay close attention you can actually see a little SecuroServe image on it, which if you guys aren't familiar with is like a security company in Los Santos. So maybe we'll only be able to access this whilst being a VIP like some of the other vehicles. You can pay a price to use them for a certain amount of time. And finally we get an image of a brand new cargo bob, which it looks like in my mind. Well, obviously it is, because it's fucking red. I've never seen a red cargo bob in my life. We're unable to actually purchase cargo bobs. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, so maybe we'll be able to purchase them now, even though this does look like maybe it's a special one used for a certain VIP work. However, that is going to do it for me, guys. A full trailer breakdown of the brand new DLC coming out this Tuesday, June the 7th, called Further Adventures of Finance and Felony. It looks like it's going to be a good one. Do be sure to let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do be sure to hit that like button if you are still watching to this point. Also, do feel free to subscribe if you are new around here, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.